G'day, I'm Paul. In this video, I'm going to explain why if you're about to spend the best part of $100,000 or really any amount of money on a brand new Toyota, you need to stop, watch this video and just consider your security options because they are very easy to steal. I'm going to run you through how they're getting stolen and why you might void your warranty if you do try and protect yourself with an immobiliser. I'll also run you through the incredible stats from only one part of Australia where car theft has gone absolutely bananas. Let's jump straight into this video with the stats out of Victoria. Genuinely, this blew me away. I thought it was a misprint. So 40% increase in cars stolen in just 1 year, and only in Victoria. The rest of Australia hasn't seen anywhere near this level of increase. So basically, in the last 12 months, almost 30,000 cars were stolen in Victoria. That's over 80 cars per day, and it's an increase of 40% over the last 12 months, where it was around 20,000. Get this though, in 2022, just over 13,000 cars were stolen. So if you compare those numbers, there's been over 100% more cars stolen between 2022 and 2025, which is, I mean, I just have no words to describe how crazy that is. And it just frustrates me so much that it appears nothing can be done about this. And if you have a look at stuff like these people on bail, we just had an incident in Melbourne where a stolen car was driven erratically into the CBD during school holidays. The car, getting away from police, struck a pedestrian. Thankfully, that pedestrian is okay. They weren't critically injured. The people then absconded. They were later caught by police, and they later discovered that 3 of these people were on bail already for doing this sort of stuff. How is it possible that a magistrate could look at someone like that who has done a string of these things in the past and go, okay, you can go on bail, just to have them go and do that again? It is just insulting to everyday people like you and I who would be in the city, like with our kids walking around, to have some maniac idiots in a stolen car potentially run us down and kill us because a magistrate thought it was okay that these people should be on bail. It is genuinely disgraceful. So that is a big problem. The bigger issue here, though, in my opinion, is how easy it is to steal some of these new cars. Toyotas in particular, and I'm going to run you through how thieves are doing this and just some pretty alarming footage that we were sent with a brand new 300 series Land Cruiser being stolen in minutes. So here's footage of the car now. So basically what happens is at around 2:30 in the morning, thieves come up to the car. They start sort of doing something on the side of the car there. You can see like I don't know my hand tools because I have keyboard hands, but he's got like a device there that you would use to perhaps put a hole in wood or metal or something like that. And he starts sort of putting a hole in the side of this car. Then what the thieves do is once they have a hole in the side of the car is they come back a little bit later on. You can see one of the thieves here looking at the camera. They clearly don't care that they're being filmed this entire time, very clearly on high definition footage. They come back a little bit later on with a device attached to the side of the car, and you can see it just there. They then start the car, drive away, and the car is never to be seen again effectively. Now, what is going on here? So we covered in quite extensive detail a little while ago about all the Commodores that are getting stolen. And they're getting stolen using a device that you can buy very cheaply off Marketplace. And that device is primarily served for locksmiths. That is the intended purpose of it. It's designed to replace keys that are lost. This device here, though, is completely different. It affects the vehicle's CAN bus, and I'll explain what that is in just a second, but this device primarily only exists to steal cars, and based on the research we've done on buying this device, it costs between around $5,000 or $10,000. There's no questions asked, it gets sent to you, and you are ready to rumble and steal brand new Toyotas. Now you might be asking yourself, how is this happening? Aren't these brand new Toyotas secure, and don't they have connected services that allows you to track the car? Well, in theory, yes, they should be secure, and in theory, yes, you should be able to track the car. But this device fixes both of those problems because it uses what's called a CAN bus injection. And what is a CAN bus? So high level, it is a controller area network. Each new car has it. It is all the cables that run between different parts of the car. It could be the headlights, it could be the immobiliser, the starter, the boot. It basically allows the car to send a signal to the headlights when you want to switch them on, and it puts the headlights on, or it'll open the boot when you press the boot button inside the car. That is what these cables are for. And these are all controlled by a computer. Now, what these thieves are doing is they're attaching this device in line with the CAN bus, and the CAN bus exists within these cables that go around the car. On a 300 series Land Cruiser, you can access the CAN bus through the passenger side door. In a 250 series Land Cruiser Prado, it's accessed through the back. So if you ever see a 300 series or a 250 series with a hole on the side of it or at the back of it, it is probably a stolen car and you should be calling the police immediately. On a RAV4, they're doing it through the headlights. So it is just anywhere you can get access to a CAN bus. Once they get access to the CAN bus, what they're doing is injecting malicious commands, and you're basically listening to the network for a moment to identify the vehicle, and then they're flooding the network with high priority fraudulent messages. So in this attack in particular, what they're doing is saying, hey, I'm the smart key module. I've validated the key, unlock all the doors. Once that's done, they send another command to say, hey, I'm the smart key module, the key's present, disable the immobilizer. Then finally what they'll do is, I'm the smart key module, start the car, you're all good to go. Once they've done that, they do the same commands to disable the GPS module, and that actually sits within a different module called the data communication module. And this is connected to the same CAN bus network. So they just flood that with a signal that says, hey, you can switch this off, we're in service mode. So the owner of this 300 series, when his car was stolen, he immediately jumped on the phone to police and also to Toyota to say, my car has been stolen. And on the Toyota website, ironically, they boast about how they can track a stolen vehicle and work with police to find it. When he called Toyota, they said to him, we can't track your car, the module isn't on. And he goes, well, I didn't switch it off. So how can I not track my car? And they had no answer for him. And as a result of that, they couldn't track the car. And that's the end of that. So using these vulnerabilities, they're able to steal every brand new Toyota and Lexus on sale today. Now you might be asking yourself, why is Toyota not doing something about this? Well, we asked ourselves the same question, and we got in touch with Toyota and said, what are you guys doing about this? How is this happening today? And how are you able to steal a brand new $100,000+ car and then not be able to track it using literally the features that you advertise on your website for this exact purpose? And Toyota, they just buried their heads in the sand. They said that they're working with police, they're working on updating their vehicles, and to be honest, a lot of this stuff is just PR spin, because Toyota's known about this for quite some time. Back in 2022, this was first reported to Toyota quite widely when someone tried to steal a RAV4, and the owner of that RAV4 was actually a security consultant, and he started digging into this and discovered this CAN bus injection method. Since then, this has become a prolific issue in the UK where Toyotas are stolen readily. And in the UK, Toyota UK has actually announced that they've got free security upgrades for owners and headlight locks, like a plate to stop people being able to inject CAN bus commands through the headlights of a RAV4. So the fact that Toyota's not doing anything in Australia, where there is precedent in the UK for this, is pretty alarming. Now, what can you do to solve this problem if you do own a brand new Toyota? Unfortunately, the only thing you can do is spend more money to secure your brand new car, and that is through an aftermarket immobilizer. And we actually got in touch with the locksmith that helped us with our original car theft video, Tapsy. And they do these installs for Toyota customers around Australia. And if you do want to get in touch with them, we'll leave a link in the description below. But what they said to us is, the only way you can stop this is by installing something like a Ghost 2 immobilizer. What that does is it effectively acts like a firewall. And this is what you have in a Tesla, where you have encrypted commands, there's firewalls around the car. So if you were trying to do a CAN bus injection, it'd be stopped right away because you couldn't match the signature of the security system within the car. This immobilizer effectively does that. It stops you from being able to start the car and do anything unless it's properly authenticated. Unfortunately though, you're gonna have to pay for that. It's like $2,000 or plus. And then to add insult to injury, Toyota says that if you do install one of these immobilizers, it could potentially void your warranty. That means if the immobilizer causes an issue with the rest of the car, that Toyota can go to you and say, well, it was your immobilizer that caused that, so we're not covering your warranty. I just think it is crazy that you as a customer have to spend more money to basically secure your car. And then if anything goes wrong, Toyota can put their hands up and go, sorry, it was the immobilizer you installed. So look, it's unlikely that they're going to do that, but it is a possibility, and it is really disappointing that they're not doing more about this to fix this problem. 250 series Land Cruiser Prado was just released. They should have a brand new security system for that car so that you don't have to worry about this stuff. You don't have to panic about your car getting stolen all the time. So my advice to you is, if you do own a new Toyota, go and get an immobilizer fitted. And if you do get an immobilizer fitted, make sure you put some stickers on the window to indicate to thieves that it has an immobilizer fitted, because yes, your car might not get stolen, but if they cut a hole in the side of the car, you're still up for insurance costs and repair costs. So try and avoid that if possible. If you do own a Toyota, park it in the garage. Do not leave it out on the street, because it will probably get stolen at some point if a thief comes across it and has one of these devices, because it is very easy to do and it cannot be tracked once the car is actually gone. So we actually reached out to the Prado owners group to ask if anyone else had been through this experience, and so many people have. I don't think anyone understands how prolific this problem is. And given that Toyota sells so many cars and they're so easy to steal, there is just a lot of opportunity for these thieves to steal these cars and do whatever they want with them. We had a lot of people respond to us, a couple of people that had attempted thefts and people that successfully had their cars stolen. We're actually working on another video at the moment where we run through insurance companies and how they treat you like a criminal if your car's stolen, and how they won't cover things like accessories in some instances. So there will be an updated video on that. So look, I hate making these videos because, you know, it is about a topic that frustrates me so much, that you, as an owner of a brand new car, you can't feel safe even if the car is parked at your own home, that someone might steal it and easily with one of these devices. And that Toyota is doing so little, well, it feels like they're doing so little about actually protecting these vehicles and stopping them being stolen so easily. So please do share this video if you do own a Toyota, or you know someone that does own a Toyota that is new and is affected by this method. It is basically every new Toyota on sale today, and particularly the high value models like Prado, Land Cruiser, RAV4, those things, because they just blend into traffic and they're very easy to just sort of make anonymous. We've actually shot a video on clone plates and how all that system works. If you want to watch that, you can click up there. So thank you again for watching. Please share this video and make sure you get in touch with anyone that has one of these cars so they can get them fixed. And get in touch with our mates at Tapsy if you do want an immobilizer installed. We get no commission or kickback or anything like that. I just want you to know where you can go to have this problem fixed until Toyota actually does something about this, because in my opinion, Toyota should be paying for these immobilizers, not you. But at this stage, they don't appear to be wanting to do that. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, stay safe.